into the conversation. The results? Completely unpredictable. The responsibility? Entirely Rich Herrera's. The 933 Experiment. This is News Radio WRVA.
All right, I'm just asking for trouble here. We open up the phone lines, 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. The number for you to join us. We're talking about Dolly Parton today. Super Dave. I don't want to call her America's sweetheart because she was more than that, but I can call her one of the most beloved Americans of all time. She's one of those people that nobody ever said an unkind word about. No one ever said an unkind word about her. So I told this story in the first portion of the program, so let me share this with you. So, Dave, what time did you leave yesterday?
11:30ish.
11:30ish. I stuck around a little bit longer. And I said, oh, you know what? I'm out of soda. So I went to the grocery store. Dave, you know what a problem that is, right?
Yeah, I've seen a refrigerator in your office.
Yeah, I was down to like 10 sodas. I got to go get more. So I went to...
10 is like one day's supply.
I'm almost out of soda. So I went to Kroger's. And I was standing there, and I went through the self-checkout and got my cart over the top, teeming with Coke Zeros. They were on sale, so going through. And I said hi to the nice lady that's watching you that helps you with the self-checkout. And then some random person walked up to her and said, because this random lady walked up to her and she was just looking for someone to talk to because it had popped up on her phone that Dolly Parton had passed away. And I knew about it because I was sitting here at the newsroom when it came across the wires. And I kind of looked over my shoulder and watched her, and she goes, did you hear about Dolly Parton, to the woman who worked at the store? And the woman goes, oh my gosh. And they both looked, and I don't think they were friends. I don't think they knew each other. But they started consoling each other about the passing of Dolly Parton, as if it were someone that they had as a neighbor. And then someone else came over, and then all of a sudden I see all these people, and they're all consoling each other as they're looking at their phones at the loss of Dolly Parton. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, imagine that. I knew about it because my phone blew up because my brother told me, and then everybody in our family text chain started talking about Dolly Parton. I'm like, wow. My brother and my sister usually are at work. They're busy. They don't really talk during the day, but they're both stopping whatever they're doing because they needed to reach out to talk to somebody about Dolly Parton. I stood there and I watched total strangers come together and console each other over the loss of Dolly, and it really hit me right there. How special she was to so many people. So that's why we asked the question today. In a day and age where nobody agrees on anything. Listen, I say the sky is blue. 18 people are going to tell me it's red. 17 people are going to tell me that it's aquamarine. Somebody's going to tell me there's no sky. I mean, nobody agrees on anything. But universally, have you heard anybody say anything bad about Dolly Parton? Now, I've had some clowns send text messages in trying to make it political, but you're a clown, so go away. But for the rest, she is beloved. So I want to know from you today. And this is easy for you to answer because this isn't politics, this isn't anything. This is just you in your heart. Why do you think she's so unique that everybody loved her? I bring this up. She was offered the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest honor you can give to an American citizen. She turned it down 3 times. Once she was offered by Donald Trump. She goes, oh, no. And then she was offered by Joe Biden. And she goes, well, if I said no to Donald Trump and I said yes to Joe Biden, I'm going to hurt people's feelings. I'll give that back. And then she was offered another time. She goes, no, that's okay. I don't need it. We talk about the humblest person in the world. Somebody said, hey, Rich, we're ever going to think about giving you the Medal of Freedom? I'd be running up to D.C. Most people would to be honored like that. Not Dolly Parton. Just humble in a special way. Was that why she was so relatable to people and people thought that, she was our friend? 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140, the number for you to join us here on the program. You can also send us a text message about that, and go to facebook.com, facebook.com/newsradio WRVA. The Herrera asked question, why was she so beloved? I said this. It's because she could relate to everybody, and she was authentic to everybody. She had that one line. It takes a lot of money to look this cheap, which was just perfect because she dressed like a regular everyday person, but with a bunch of rhinestones. So if you were blue collar, you got what she was saying. If you're blue collar and you're not wearing designer everything, you know that you're looking for value, not status. And if you're wealthy, you know how much those rhinestones and that custom couture stuff that she was wearing cost. And it's probably cost more than what you got out of your personal designer. And she can hang with both of them, and both would look at her like, oh, she's so special. She's one of us. That's what made her, I think, so special. A lot of people have talked about her book project to help kids learn to read. Somebody just sent me a text about that. Everything she did was positive, but she did it in a way where, let's be honest, she's the antithesis of what we see from influencers and Hollywood stars right now. She's the opposite of that. She had time for just about everybody, and she had her projects. But honestly, I didn't know about her book project that she did because she wasn't doing it, look at me, look at me, look at me. She was doing it for people. That's what I thought made her so special. Again, you want to call in 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140, or you can send us a text message or go to facebook.com as well. Super Dave, why do you think she was so beloved?
No, she was authentic.
And
She was her true self.
what do you mean? Oh, Dave's answering phone calls now. Sorry. She was true to herself, but she never took herself too seriously, which was what I thought one of her most endearing qualities. She didn't take herself too seriously. She'd make fun of herself. She knew she was over the top in the hair and everything else and the outfits and her figure. Everybody knew that, but she didn't take herself too seriously. I tell you what, when she showed up on Thanksgiving wearing the Dallas Cowboy outfit, cheerleader outfit, whoa, that's someone at her age doing something like that. She was fearless. She was also a rather savvy businesswoman, but then she used the money that she made to do things like
Walt.
Dollywood and things that were for everybody. All right. Phones are starting to get going here. 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. Let's go to Walt in line one. Walt, welcome. You're on News Radio WRVA. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Golly,
I got you,
just
Walt.
had a way.
Walt, go ahead. I got you.
Golly just had a way, no matter what it was, whatever situation, even if it was a divisive situation, she's what we need to be, bring people together.
But how did she do it is what I can't figure out. What was the secret sauce that everybody, I mean, listen, I'm just sitting here talking about her. I got people both sides. Oh my gosh, I love her. Herrera, you're a clown. Shut up. She was able to do something that no one else has been able to do, bring people together in a way that I don't know. I don't know how she did it.
She had that gift. That's what I can see.
I think she was just authentically nice.
And she wouldn't let people argue. She might let them discuss, but she'd find common ground.
But she, you know what she also had is that disarming way of that little giggle, and she kind of look at you and like, all right, you're right, I'll stop it. She just had that, she was disarming, I guess is what I'm figuring out.
That's what I'm thinking. But I'd like to hear some other people what their thoughts are too.
All right.
Thank you guys for what y'all do.
Hey, I love you, brother. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
Love y'all too.
All right, take care. Somebody said, if you ever want to humble themselves, go look at her Wikipedia page. One of the greatest humans ever. I've seen her book project help my grandkids learn to read.
Bob.
All things she touched were very positive. Let's go to Bob on line 2. Bob, welcome. You're on News Radio WRVA. Hello.
Well, how are you doing today?
I am good.
I was just calling to say I seldom shed a tear for celebrities or politicians. I did shed a tear for Dolly, though, and when I was young, like 60-some years ago, I didn't think much about Dolly, but as I grew older, I really grew to appreciate her, particularly Dollywood, not because it was a theme park that gave people an opportunity to go there, but because it was something that really, at the time, a pretty backward area that gave a lot of employment to people in that area of Tennessee, and it was a wonderful thing. And I didn't even aware of this book project until I just heard about it today. But even something more about her that was a wonderful thing.
Well, and that's what she said about Dollywood is she did it for the people that live in that part of the country that Hollywood and New York and Los Angeles and San Francisco and Chicago never think of. She wanted to do it for the people right there of her home state of Tennessee and the surrounding areas. And that was just someone who was very successful. Like I said, shrewd businesswoman. But she was able to use that and not forget where she came from.
Yeah, gave back big time.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But then again, she would look at people and she'd have that smile. And I mean, I've seen just a ton of interviews over the years. And then in the last, 18 hours, you see all these interviews. She would just stand there and just charm anybody to like, okay, I love you.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could, dislike Dolly. It was not possible to do.
No, 100%. And Bob, it saddens me. I don't think we're going to get anybody. I can't think of anybody right now that has that kind of charisma and charm that everybody loves. I don't think so. All right, Bob, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. That opens up a phone line for you, 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140, the number for you to join us here on the program. Lots more text messages coming in about her. This is one, Super Dave, that you said. Dolly wrote a song to be released after her death. It's in a time capsule. Can't wait to hear it. Sup, y'all. You told me about that, right?
Yeah, it's in a like a wooden box, kind of a time capsule wooden box thing that's at her resort, and you can actually go see it. But it's going to be opened on her 100th birthday, and that song won't be released until her 100th birthday.
Number one on the charts. Immediately will go.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit.
No, 100% will go straight to the top. So I guess we just have one more gift that she has for all of us. She'll have one more song that she's going to release. That's pretty cool. More text messages coming in about Dolly Parton as well. More people talking about the books. I really didn't know about the books. That's pretty amazing. Rich, Walt again. She helped all kinds of things, helping with the books, rebuilding after the fires. Yeah, I mean, she just gave and gave and gave. Now, again, she made a ton of money and it didn't go to her head. Humble in her own special way. That's what makes her so unique. So you guys want to comment, go ahead, 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. Can I take a couple minutes here, Super Dave? Yeah. Are you paying attention to me, Dave? Yeah. He said, okay, take a couple of,
shut up and talk.
All right. I know. I just want to make sure we're right on time. I want to remind a couple things that we have coming up. So we had our RVA community cookout, huge success. Thank you very much. People are trying to figure out when our next one is. I got to figure out timing wise for my buddy Matt and his wife Paige. So we'll do it again, but we've committed to do another one. I'm actually talking to a charity, I think this afternoon, that will benefit for the next go round. And it's going to be a kids charity. So I'll tell you about that as soon as I get all those arrangements taken care of. But again, thanks to my buddy Matt, Paige, TJ, Tom Leonard, and my wife for being there and doing all the work for our RVA community cookout. We put a bunch of stuff up on all our social media pages too, if you missed out and you want to see what we're going to do next time. I do want to remind everybody that we will have a prostate cancer screening. Now, put it in your calendars, save the date out there because I've got the date for you now. It will be Tuesday, September 8th CarMax Park, out in front of the Richmond Flying Squirrels. So if you remember last year, if you're listening to the program, Joe Biden announced that he had prostate cancer and it had spread. And I told people stories about when I worked in baseball. They do pink bats on Mother's Day to promote breast cancer awareness. They do the blue baseball bats on Father's Day to promote prostate cancer awareness. It is one of the most curable but deadly forms of cancer for men. And I found out, I actually called Maravula because he had been, working at the health department before. He said, hey, I have people calling and texting in that don't have insurance and they haven't had their PSAs checked in a long time. He goes, yeah, Rich, actually, most of that kind of faded and went away after COVID. So there are a lot of people that were texting in that day saying, hey, listen, I don't have insurance. And if my choice is between feeding my kids or getting the prostate cancer PSA test, I'm going to feed my kids and roll the dice. I said, no, we can't have that. We got to do something about this. So Virginia Urology actually stepped up, and we had a doc come on and they go, hey, let's do this. Let's team up and have a PSA testing day. Help facilitate it. My buddy Ed Randall, Fans for a Cure, called him and said, hey, listen, let's arrange this. We'll do it at the Flying Squirrels. I said, it's the first annual, hoping we'll have a second annual, and we are. So it's coming up on September 8th. Richmond Flying Squirrels. It's a Tuesday night game. We'll be out in front. If you have not had your PSA levels checked, or if you don't have insurance, you can't afford it, no worries. Even if you have insurance, everyone's getting checked. If you're a gentleman over the age of 30, 40, come in, and I'll get all the details. But you come in, all it is, it's a simple blood test. And then Virginia Urology will run the test for you, get your results, and it is absolutely free. So if you haven't got tested because you don't have insurance right now, I got you covered. We'll have that free PSA check for you. And it's a lot different. Before, it used to be the full exam. Now it's just a simple blood test to check your PSA levels. And we're going to save a life. We're going to save someone's life. So I need your help. I'm just going to ask this audience for their help. Please do me a favor. Tell as many men as you can, as many people as you can. Ladies, tell husbands. Husbands, tell wives. And then she tells everybody that they can. Come out.
1 minute.
Support this. But I got to get you to help spread the word. I got to get you to help spread the word to tell everybody in town that we're doing free PSA tests. Whether you have insurance or not, we'll take care of you. Again, Virginia Urology, the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Big special thanks to Lou DiBella, the owner of the Squirrels, for making all of this possible. And Anthony Opperman. I'm going out to the ball game tonight and just want to thank those guys. So let me tie it all in together. Put it on your calendar, September 8th. Free PSA test. We're going to save a life that day. I promise you. All right, that's it. We're done. Super Dave's telling me to get out of here. National Anthem brought to you by Freedom Services, a training the biggest gun store in town, located in Mechanicsville. There's a reason why we get up every day, and that's so we could bring you Richmond's Morning News. For me, a couple things I believe in, and I always stand up for my family and this country, and that's why we get up and do it. And also right now, take a moment, just remember the 5-year anniversary of Abbey Gate and the heroes we lost that day. It's News Radio WRVA.
Please stand for the national anthem of the United States of America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so